but I'm going to walk my hand lower and lower and lower until I'm basically at your elbow.
No, not at the elbow. It's not going to go all the way down to the elbow. Devon is back to his usual trolling. This time he's casually eating a lemon while discussing how he's going to implement the dad move on Georgi Svetkov. And to those of you who are new to arm wrestling, I'm going to do a whole explanation on the dad move and an assessment here in a second. But let's listen to what he said.
The situation continues to evolve.
So he just casually takes a bite of a lemon like nothing happens and then continues on in this rant here talking about Georgi.
I just recently gave a breakdown round by round on how I was going to destroy Georgi Svetkov. And for the most part, that's right. But the situation continues to evolve. I was given a phone call today from an old friend of mine who very generously offered to incentivize something that I must do during the match. He said, Devon, it's my son's birthday on December 9th, and it would mean the world to him if you would dad move Georgie before the match was done.
Oh, man, you guys remember when he dad moved Wagner Bortolato? Are you old enough to remember that, or are you too new in the sport where you don't know that match?
I feel like it would just make his birthday complete. I said, buddy, I'm not even training for this guy. He said, you don't have to. And I said, you're right. He said, I'll make the offer very sweet for you. And I said, oh, you're so generous. So, I guess the predictions changed a little bit before the match.
What, I mean, he said he wanted to top roll him before, so now he's switching to dad move. I'm wondering what inspired him to change his intentions of what he's going to do. Does he want to top roll him and then dad move him, or is his only objective now the dad move because there's a financial incentive behind it? And what even is the financial incentive? I would be very curious to know. That's crazy. Someone just offering Devon, hey, if you dad move him, I'll give you this much. You know, it's like if it was an MMA fight, hey, if you knock him out in this way, or if you finish the fight in this certain way, then there's a certain incentive. So that's crazy. I mean, if he actually dad moves Georgie, but what do you think would actually be harder, dad moving him or top rolling him? Because Georgie said he's never been top rolled. So maybe Devon is just saying he's going to dad move now because he knows he's going to have to commit more inside to defeat Georgie. So, I don't know if Devon can actually top roll Georgie, at least not in the first round, maybe later on as he gets gassed out.
Just done, Georgie. You're getting dad moved. And I'm not even going to just do a basic dad move. I'm going to do a grandpa move.
That's an elevated dad move right there. That's a grandpa move. That's some big time stuff.
Dad move you. Not just am I grabbing you by the wrist, but I'm going to walk my hand lower and lower and lower until I'm basically at your elbow.
No, not at the elbow. It's not going to go all the way down to the elbow. It might be possible to go below and have the thumb under and dad move right below the wrist, but dad moving all the way down to the elbow as a grandfather move, there's no way.
I'll see you in like 2.5 weeks, big buddy. Hope you're doing good, Mr. Fat Cop.
But epic stuff there. If he actually is able to dad move him. Now, I want to play this clip from the WAL when he dad moved Wagner Bortolato. This was on the left arm. This was in the second round. So first he stops him in the hook. And then he's gradually just kind of using back pressure here, fading out Wagner. And then he starts to grip lower. You see him just holding, using back pressure, staying deep in that hook, and now he makes his first kind of climb downwards to grab lower on the wrist of Wagner. Now, the hardest part about the dad move from experience is trying to get that thumb below, because they can trap your thumb and make it very hard for you to get that thumb release. But when you get that thumb below, that's the ultimate dad move. And still his thumb is not below. It's very hard to do that. But he's got him in a really deep, low position, and he's still climbing down. But you see his thumb is still trapped there. Wagner still has control of the thumb. So It was a dad. It was a low grip, but it wasn't the thumb down. That's the ultimate dad move. Now that is only, I would say, more realistic to do on a beginner. If you're going against a professional, it's going to be super hard for you to dad move all the way down, get your thumb underneath, and just be basically gripping his, gripping around his arm like this. That is not easy to do, especially down here at the elbow. That's almost near impossible. So I see Devon being able to beat Georgie in a hook. Especially with his newfound like mobility and stuff like that, with all the stem cells, he has more range of motion to be able to hook like he used to. But for him to actually be grabbing down near the elbow in a grandfather move, I don't know if that's going to be possible. That's going to be really unlikely. In fact, I made a poll here on whether Devon can top roll Georgie. 78% of people said yes. So the large majority. Now I'm going to make a poll. Can Devon actually dad move Georgie? That's the next question, apparently, switching from top roll to dad move. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hopefully that was a good explanation on the dad move, if you didn't know what that move is.